Fofamit here, and today we're going to be talking about a free motion capture application for VTubers, and it's called Virtual Motion Capture. And if you've ever been interested in doing motion capture or wondering what that application that I use to capture my body in my own VTuber app, please stay tuned to check out a complete walkthrough of this free application. The links for the application will be in the video description down below. Once you unzip the application and you open it up, it's going to look something like this. Your model will probably not be loaded. If you want to load your model, the very first thing you're going to do is you're going to go to the control panel that's right here, and then you're going to go to Open VRM and then Import VRM. And this is where you're going to find your VRM model to load and open. Once your model is loaded, you're going to see it appear in this window right here. Let's go through each of the tabs, starting with the lip sync. The lip sync is the standard lip sync. Basically, what this allows you to do is use a microphone to control your avatar's mouth. I'm just going to quickly enable that right now. And then what you do is you just check the box, and then you select your microphone like this, and then you press update. And then as you see, my avatar's mouth right here is beginning the track based on my microphone sound. In the face tab, here you're going to have options of your default face options and the auto blink options. If you don't have face tracking or a Tobii eye tracker, here you can enable auto blink. You can set the blink timing, and basically what's going to happen is that your avatar is going to automatically blink for you. Here in appearance, you can change the lighting settings. Personally, I haven't used this option a lot, so there's not really a lot that you can do here. I found that the lighting settings in virtual motion capture are not as important as the actual motion capture and other settings themselves. Here, this is just the About tab. In the camera settings, here you're gonna have some options to change some things like the FOV, so you can change the field of view. You can change the camera to either be a fixed position that you can move around, like as you see right here. You can change it so that it's a free camera that you can move around like this. And right now it's just behind me. As you can see, I don't play with the camera settings that much. And what's nice about the free camera is that this is a camera that's in one position, so that when you move around, it's going to be like you can actually moving in a tracked space. If you've seen some of my other videos, that's how I just basically added a little bit of depth to a 2D background. And then of course there's the front camera, back camera, and front camera. What's really nice about the front camera is that basically no matter where you move and how you move, it's always going to be tracking you in that front position. Here you can change the background settings. So right now you can see that I have it set to a green screen background. You can change it to have a blue chroma key. You can have it to a white. You can have a custom background, or you can have it as a alpha transparent. Here you can also change it so that you can hide the border of the window, make it always topmost, and other things like that. The meat and potatoes. So we already looked at the open VRM settings that were right here. The most important thing that you're going to need to do is the calibration option. But before we go into the calibration option, we're going to go into the settings. What you need to do is before you go into the open tracker assignment settings, you need to have all of your controllers or your trackers connected to Steam VR. So I have all of my trackers connected right here. So once all of your trackers are connected, here you can go to Open Tracker Assignment Settings. And this is where you can assign your trackers to be tracked to specific parts of your body. It does have an auto enable option that you can see right here. However, what's really nice is that once you move the tracker around, it will actually highlight in green. That makes it a lot easier. So for example, I'm going to move my right hand, and then it'll highlight green, and that will make it a lot easier to select the tracker that you want to assign. At the very least, you will need 3 points of tracking in order to have a tracked avatar in this application. So that means you need to have a tracker for your head and your hands. That can either be 3 trackers like what I have right here. You can have a headset, 2 controllers, or any combination of those things. What's really nice about this application is that it supports up to 10 points of tracking. So if you're really, really into dancing and moving around and you want that nice, smooth, fluid movement, you can have additional trackers up to the 6 on your elbows and as well as on your knees. If you're having some issues with some of the weird calibration things, you'll have the option to change how far your left hand and your right hand are distant from your body. Personally, I recommend just keeping these at the default settings because for most people that's good enough. Once all of your trackers are connected and you have them all set, we're going to go into the calibration. So when you hit the calibration button, your model should T-pose like this, and you're going to see all of your trackers as white balls as you see on the screen. Now there are 3 different calibration modes. For most people, you're going to need just the normal calibration mode. These 2 options here are for mixed reality. Mixed reality means if you are going to be overlaying your avatar in real life, or if you're going to be showing your real body in addition to like a tracked environment. So what's very important is that if you look on the screen right here, you'll see that you have to have your model almost in the exact same position. You do not need to have your model set in the same place, but it needs to be in the same position. So that means I need to have a T-pose with my hands, the palm of my hands facing forward. You're gonna hit the calibrate button, and then you're gonna T-pose. And then the trackers will automatically bind to you. If you only have 3 trackers and you're mainly gonna be sitting down, this is what I'm gonna recommend. So this is a little bit unconventional. Instead of standing up to T-pose, it T-pose from a sitting position. And this basically makes it so that you don't have any weird distortions in your body. And then you have that nice straight back, like you're not sitting there hunched over. And this is, like I said, once again, this is really best if you only have 3 tracking points. Let's go through the rest of the settings. The virtual motion tracker, this is mainly meant for more advanced things. If you want to have a better tracked environment and you're not really using 5 trackers, this is what you will use. We're not going to go into this today. You can also have a virtual webcam, meaning that you can have this screen appear in like Discord calls or Zoom calls or Skype calls. And then here you'll have the options to enable support for the Vive Lip Tracker, Tobii Eye Tracker, or Vive Pro Eye. So if you have those headsets that support those things, here you're going to be able to change your quality settings of your anti-aliasing. Basically just means that your model will look smoother the more anti-aliasing you add. Here is the most important thing. So as you see on my model that you're seeing right here, I have real-time face tracking, so I can wink my eyes. If you have an iPhone, you can have your iPhone send information here, and then all you need to do is enable it and enable the port. The next part is the only part that is a paid feature. If you want to be able to send this motion data that you see right here, I'm sending it into my Unity application that we talked about in the video that's appearing somewhere on the screen. You need to download the Patreon version. I'll also make sure that version is linked in the description down below. And this allows you to send this motion capture data out to external applications. The next thing is the shortcut key. So if anyone here has ever used any VTuber applications before where you have expression settings that allow you to have props, like things like this, like a VR headset, or like to smile or to frown and things like that. Even if you're used to something like VR chat, here is where you can set those settings. You can see all of these settings that I have right here. Most of mine are actually for body morphs instead. And it does come with some presets. So if you're used to VR chat, it'll actually already have some preset things for VR chat using the default emotes that are available on most avatars. However, you can make your own if you want to be able to add shortcut keys for different functions. So like how we saw here, before I was changing the background for chroma key, you're able to add a function that does something like that. So here you can set up the function and it gives you the option to change different functions. So like if I wanted to have a button like front camera set to the number 1 key, and I register that. So now when I'm on the back camera and I want to quickly switch to the front camera, all I got to do is press 1 and then it automatically switches. Now, and the other thing that you would like to do is you can add facial expressions. So it's the same thing here. You have a drop list of all the expressions that are available on your model. I'm going to add joy, and then I'm going to have it so when I key press number pad 2 and I register that, you might want to name it. When you press that number pad key, it's going to give you the joy expression. Like that. Once you are done and you want to save these settings, make sure that you add a custom name and then you press the save button and it's going to save that preset for you. And then later, if you need to access it, you can find it in this drop-down list right here. This is the last and most important thing that you need to do. It is the save settings. Once you've finished setting everything up, you want to be able to open up the application and just have everything preload for you, including your model. So then what you do is you press the save button, you just name it to whatever you want. Next time you open your application, it will by default open the last setting that you saved. And if you ever want to change to a different setting, you'll go to the open settings option and you can open them from here. In case you can have for virtual motion capture, instead of sending it into your own application, is that if you wanted to have better shading, you can actually send it into VSeeFace like I'm doing right now. So basically how you would do that is, one, you would need the Patreon version of virtual motion capture, and then you would use that to send the motion capture data to VSeeFace, just like this, with these settings to make sure you match the port number. And then once you're in VSeeFace, you'll have the ability to track your avatar, your full body avatar in VSeeFace, if that's what you want to do. Hi, so if you thought, wait, I have these fancy trackers and I have a leap motion, can I combine Vive trackers with my leap motion? And the answer is maybe. Here's the issue, is that right now I have my Vive trackers like on the back of my hands. And the thing is that the leap motion camera, the light that it emits actually interferes with your Vive trackers. As you can see, my hands are flying all over the place. But in theory, if you can get your hand in the right position, it will work. As you see, my fingers are moving right now. So I believe you could get it working if you have the right tracker placement. Thanks for checking out the video on virtual motion capture. And if you want to see it in use, sending motion capture data to my application, you can check out this video over here. Or if you have any questions, I do stream on Twitch, and you can check me out in the link in the video description down below.